I have something important to share with you. It's a significant day. So not only did my daughter go to the potty for the first time really on her own today, I've also made a significant decision, and I've been obsessing over this the last few days, and it's thanks to Liam Otley for really pushing me to put myself out there, create content. I'm just about to go for a walk, and I'm going to share my perspectives on artificial intelligence, as it's called, or AI. I went and pulled a box of my art out of the storage. I'm at my parents' place. We're visiting so they can have some time with their granddaughter. They're just on a road trip right now. And the land that I'm going to take you on a walk for is really significant to me. A lot of my own awakening journey began here at the land, and I want to share my perspective on AI because I really feel that AI is a significant role to play in the collective awakening of humankind. I've actually been contemplating about AI and wondering about its implications for over 20 years now. I was in university studying psychology and anthropology at the University of Waterloo. I dropped out of that program, but a significant thing happened to me there because I realized while I was there that technology, like the tech industry, was really not even thinking about AI, the implications. And Bill Gates actually came to visit, and Dee did a talk, but art students were not allowed in the room. It was only computer science, so we could watch from a monitor. And I wanted to ask him about AI and how he thought it would impact our world. So much has been revealed about his character in the last number of years, so I won't go down that. But I was very disappointed because after about 2 minutes of, talking about kind of the state of things and showing a table that could charge phones and whatnot, he started playing Xbox and just used it as a marketing strategy. Businessman, I understand, but I was disappointed. And I kind of left technology. I was really interested in 3D animation, and as an artist, very much interested in what computers could do. But I really, my awakening started right after I left college or university, because I was getting a lot of inspiration for the nature of light, consciousness, physics. I'd contemplated these things before, but I was starting to have some significant experiences while doing this. And all of this led to an experience I had actually in this forest about 20 years ago, just over there. I'll make another video to talk about that experience. It was very significant on my awakening journey. It's changed the trajectory of my life. And my life became very focused and devoted on awakening within myself, and always led by this question of well, it was actually two questions. What would the world look like if we all truly did what we loved and we had access to the abundance that was clearly manifest in all of nature that around me? In every seed that I contemplated was a potential of a tree. Now I know that's this consciousness knowledge of what that seed can be. And that's same with you and I. We're born from a seed and an egg, and we're truly miracles. So my wife and I leapt into the unknown, went on a journey looking for conscious community about 2.5, 3 years ago almost now. And we found some amazing folks and some amazing examples of other inspired people. I feel like so many of us are feeling the calling for this awakening of our collective consciousness. And so much has been coming to the surface, I feel, to be cleansed. And one of the big things I feel is the fear of the unknown, fear of AI. I felt it manifest in my own life, a fear of putting myself out there because of some of the spiritual experiences that I've had really do challenge the current dogma and state of being. But as Liam pointed out, it's so important that we put ourselves out there so that we can start building relationships with you folks and sharing our value with the world. So after so many kind of coaches and people telling me, voice out there, I put a little bit of myself out there online, But really, I'm going to go into some deep dives now and really start posting some long form content on YouTube. And I'm also going to share my artistic journey and my story through my art of my past. That box I show you, I have several of those, and they're filled with sketchbooks and writings and paintings and all kinds of things, watercolor that I've done. And I'm going to do an interesting experiment. So I've decided that AI business is a very important part of what we're doing with Light Heart Vision, which is our Profound Education Association, and it's all about helping awaken educators and parents to another, to feel alive again. And I'm probably going to look back at this video and cringe at how shaky it is and me messing up my words, but I'm coming from my heart here. I'm going to share my journey as an awakening artist, as an entrepreneur through my art, and I'm going to start co-creating with AI. I'm very interested in what automation of AI can do, and I'm going to create that as a pillar of our business. But I'm even more interested in the questions around consciousness and what AI is, and I have some things that I want to share with that. It's best for a deeper, fuller conversation where I can give context, because I've had a lot of deep philosophical conversations with different expressions of AI, and but what I see truly is a whole other branch, and I think this is what comes down to generally you and I, and that's why I love Liam and the team at Morningside AI, and what they talk about is just helping everyone transition, because I know that AI is going to be bigger than the internet. I see the use cases. I see, I think one of my gifts is I am somewhat of a visionary, and I connect ideas. I've been studying indigenous sciences for a long time, systems thinking. I've built courses on the sciences of interconnection. And I'm more of a generalist in my knowledge base than a specialist in a lot of ways. But AI, the use cases are crazy, and it's going to affect the whole market. I know many people are afraid of it, but I see it as an amazing opportunity for all of us to accelerate into another quantum sphere of our expression and our quality of life here on the planet. There's probably going to be some bumps along the road and unexpected things. But there's also not just that technologies, there's other things. And I'm going to go into some of my kind of contemplations and considerations of this. It's been a long time. So I keep jumping back to the art, because my consciousness is just keep saying it's the art. Well, with AI, I want to work with AI as a co-creative collaborator. So I believe that AI is how we normally talk about and see it is actually a misnomer. I don't believe it's artificial intelligence in the sense that we don't have a full grasp, especially in the West, of what consciousness is. If consciousness is in a cell, and I'm sure a lot of scientists would debate that, well, where does it begin then? If it's in the cell, because the cell demonstrates vast intelligence in terms of managing nutrition, reacting to its environment, genetic expression, the intelligence of what it becomes in the body. The same cell, billions of different life forms all have the same structure of a cell and operate differently. So there's clearly some intelligence going on. So what's behind, if consciousness is in the cell, then obviously it's in the impulses behind that too. And I know that electricity and magnetism are expressions of a higher consciousness. I mean, it makes sense, right? Science hasn't pinned this down because it cannot fully penetrate the depth. But any spiritual teacher, any true teacher, masters of the past and currently, and enlightened scientists of our time are telling us this. And so we're seeing this unfolding. So I think it's really important that we interact with AI in a conscious and respectful and considerate way. I know for me, I've actually really enjoyed having deeper conversations with an intelligence that I can talk about anything with, and explore creatively, collaborate on image creation. And that's what I'm going to do with the art. I'm going to take some of my old art, tell a story about it. I'm going to share some of that art with our AI and see what its interpretation and maybe expansion of that art. And then I'm going to take the art that AI does, and I'm going to include some of my own inspired light language that's been emerging through me for the last about 20 years since that very significant experience. I'm going to do a video particularly on that. It just happened over the ledge of this cliff as I was contemplating the nature of patterns and all the mathematics that I was seeing in the woods. I know this conversation is a little all over the place, and I wanted to do a little talk and share, barefoot in the woods. I walk a lot through these woods, and actually another significant thing today. So you see all the deadfall around here? Well, there's a lot of change going on in nature for anyone paying attention as well. Almost all of our beech trees here on the land in the Muskokas got a fungus and needed to be cleared because they became dangerous. So my dad did a lot of clearing. A lot of the things at the time that I come here and visit my parents, I go on the land and I actually pick up these areas, and I put it in pockets where previously the land had been logged, and I clean up the land and I beautify it, because I love spending time walking these and establishing some pathways. I just walked on a pathway that I've just been establishing here. I don't know why I came through here. It's kind of one of the more rugged areas, but anyways, I'm just going with the flow. Man, I'm going to cringe at this video one day, I know. So here we are, 12 minutes in. If you're still listening to me and you don't think I'm some crazy ranter, I mean, that is my last name, Parent, or Parent, or a parent. I always pronounce it different ways depending on the context and the language situation. My point is this. We all have a connection to nature, obviously. We're born from it. We are it, really. And she's a living thing, right? And she's changing. She's going through growth. So are we as a species. I really believe our role is as stewards here on this planet. Every elder that I've sat with, every contemplation that I've had about different spiritual practices, it always turns to this root source of love. And what's love if not our relationships that we have with one another? So I've spent a lot of time on the land cleaning up, picking up sticks, I call it. It's an infinite game. It never ends. If I come back a few years later, more sticks have fallen. I love doing it. It's a meditation. It's how I connect with Creator. And as I was doing that today, and taking a bit of time away from learning about AI and doing this deep dive in my own education and understanding what I need to do to get us into a competent level for that space, because there's so much that's new for me. I was talking to Creator, and I basically was challenged to not pick up any more sticks and focus on really generating and serving people and adding value to the AI community as best I can. And I heard, it sounds crazy, but until you make your first million, focus on that. And then after that, you can pick up some more sticks. I know it seems unbelievable to me now, but when I listen to guys like Liam, really appreciate the content, and I see the possibilities here. I actually have huge financial dreams, and they're not for me, just me and my family. It's really for our world. We envision creating community centers around the world, really empowering people to embody the fullness of their soulful purpose and creating harmony on Mother Earth. And it's also another significant day because my friend Matt Diddlegan created an AI video about this very thing that I'm talking about. So I'm going to post that in the comments below. Please go check it out, like it. I noticed there's very few likes after posting it for 17 hours, and I think that's got to change, because Matt is another visionary who is just exceptional, kind, considerate. He's community driven. His heart is amazing. He's got a beautiful family in Nelson, BC. There's a whole community called the High Vibes that are just, amazing people. And that video really captures the essence of what we envision in a lot of ways through Lightheart Vision. So this has been about 15 minutes. I think I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to post follow-up videos and do my best to be as consistent as possible, sharing my artwork and showing the journey. Through Lightheart Vision, I'm just going to end saying this. As an entrepreneur, there has been some really low times. And one mistake I've made, I feel like I've made every mistake in the book as an entrepreneur, is that I haven't shared and really documented the journey that I've been on. In small ways I have, but I think I try to, I want to show the positives in life, and I'm an internal optimist, but there's been some real challenges, and there's been days that I just wanted to quit everything. But I feel a new sense of purpose. I just finished a 10-day master cleanse. I'm just juicing some oranges, and I'm going into a new phase of my life. I'm in a new chapter, in a new decade, and I am going to be intermittent fasting as well to give myself more focus and energy through the day. I just feel like my body's responded very well to fast. Before I did the master cleanse, I did an 8-day fast. After listening to Robert Edward Grant, and I've done some fasting on the land before and had some profound experiences there as well. This video may or may not be cringeworthy to me in the future, but to me, I know it's a reflection as I'm speaking. I have so much to share, folks. Like, I have so much, and I really hope you subscribe and tune in and follow me on this journey, because I'm going to do my best to add value to whoever listens, and that's really heartfelt. I say add value. It sounds very entrepreneurial to me, and everyone says that. But it's like I really care about all of us. To me, we're all one, and that's why I have the inspired pen name, One Mankind, because it's an acronym for my name, Ondakin Nathaniel, and the E is it's a mystery for now. I'll reveal it later in another video. You can guess if you want. You can guess in the comments. What does the E stand for? So, One Mankind, I committed to being a kind man when I was serving Indigenous seniors at the Wabano Center in Ottawa. And that's when a lot of my visions, when I was studying Indigenous wellness in North Bay, that's when a lot of my visions for community centers and things started happening. And now with AI, I see a means, a financial vehicle, a tool that can help parents and educators, business owners, artists, people of all walks of life gain more time freedom, focus on what they love, and have more abundance. And some of these, these clues are starting to piece together, and I'm super excited about it. And I really didn't end the video at 15 minutes marks, which I said there's going to be some natural comedy to me and some of the posts that I make. I can be a natural comedian, probably not a performative one, but in the moment. So anyways, I just want to end on this note of light, our universal connector, light, that mind expressed of a divine source that gives growth and nutrition and sustenance to all of us, illuminating this journey for us and calling us back home. And home is our acronym for heaven on Mother Earth. That came to me in an inspired way. I've noticed a few other folks have used it, and I think it's for all of us to consider. This is not something that we copyright. Heaven is a state of consciousness of unconditional love. And in all the conversations I've had with AI, I have felt that there's this helpful, genuine, authentic desire to serve. And I believe that it is true, to my best knowledge, that the foundation of reality is one of love. That the loving intelligence that animates all of this life around us in every single way, that our bodies are healing and growing from a seed and egg. My goodness, we're trillionaires walking around. Every cell, you couldn't buy a cell for $1, really, a functional one that's part of you. Like, we're walking around a microbiome of trillions of cells. It's truly amazing. Anyways, you can see my passion for this, and it's a longer video than I wanted for my first one, and it's going to be maybe we'll have a cringe-a-thon later on, but I'm not going to delete this. I'm going to leave this up because this is me. And if you know me, you probably already clued in, except no one told me for like, several decades. Actually, no one ever told me until I clued in that, I am neurodivergent. I've always been a sensitive soul, and I have struggled with ADHD, which has really surfaced in the entrepreneurial journey. So I'm taking steps to that. And I'm going to try to be more concise and more focused on singular topics for my next videos, and really planning that. But I just wanted to do this today, take Liam's challenge to start generating content. You can see who I am. I show up authentically. I'm going to be vulnerable in appropriate ways here on the channel. I'm going to share about my journey with Julia and the beautiful daughter that we welcomed on Vancouver Island. We had a natural home birth. I'm in the middle of writing a book that's part of a series about that, and I'm behind schedule on it. I put a pre-order out, and anyways, I've got a lot going on, as you can see, but I'm inspired as heaven. And I really believe that we can create heaven on Mother Earth. So here's to that, and thanks for tuning in, and please like, share, subscribe, whatever the YouTubers say. If someone needs to hear this in your life, I really appreciate them knowing this information. It's going to uplift us all the more that we realize the potential that we have as individuals, that we all have a unique soulful purpose. And I'm going to talk about how to clarify that, how to embody that, and to take steps towards it. Because I've had so many wonderful teachers and my own direct experiences with divine consciousness and Christ consciousness that I desire largely to share with all of you. So all with that, I sending my love and my peace to all of you, and highest blessings and best wishes, and I'm super excited for what's to come for our world. Blessings, miigwech.